All right, so we're going to take a look at Pythagorean theorem versus the distance formula. You've dealt with Pythagorean theorem before, so this is just going to be a quick review. But before we start that, I'm also going to review simplifying radicals. So I've written out the steps for you here. I'm going to do example 1, then you're going to pause the video and do example 2. So example 1, I like to use the calculator because I can check my answer as we go. So instead of you writing it on paper, you can choose to do it in the calculator as well, just so you can check your answer as you go. All right, so it says write the prime factorization of the radicand. Okay, so what we're doing is we're breaking down 147. So I'm going to start with radical 147 in the calculator and then an empty radical because I'm going to write my prime factorization. So let's break down 147. If you are not strong in your multiplication facts, you can use the calculator. So I'm going to do 147 and I'm going to check the prime factorization. So I'm going to check prime factors. So does dividing by 2 give you a whole number? It does not. So 2 doesn't work. Check 3. 3 works. So if I divide by 3, I get 49. That works. It's a whole number. So now I have 49. I'm going to break 49 down. Again, I'm going to start off with checking 2. It does not work because it is a decimal. I'm going to check 3. It doesn't work because it is a decimal. Check 5. So I'm checking the prime numbers. But if you don't know the prime numbers, just go in order. You're just going to keep going until you see it works. All right, 7 works, and it leaves me a balance of 7, and 7 is a prime number. So in order for me to make sure I did this correctly, I broke down 147 correctly, I'm going to say it's 3, 7, and 7. So that's what I'm going to put. 3 times 7 times 7. And if I did that correctly, you'll see that the decimals match, which they do. So the prime factorization of 147 is 3. 49 breaks down into 7 times 7. So these are your prime factors. Now that I have my prime factors, I'm going to go ahead and put them in a radical. Now notice I'm just copying down exactly what I have in the calculator on my notes because I'm not going to have the calculator in my hand when I'm trying to remember how to do this. Now that I have that, I'm going to make books. So remember, 2 cards make how many books? 1 book. So 2 cards, oops, my answer has changed, but that's okay, makes 1 book. My answer is back. So you're matching your answer the entire time. So 2 cards make 1 book. And that is your final answer, 7 radical 3. All right, so pause the video at this point and go ahead and complete example 2. Here are your steps if you need them. Let's practice.